Good morning. I gotta get Instagram up. Hang on just a sec. All right. Good morning. I hope everybody's well. Welcome to June. It's gonna feel like June soon. It's actually been really pretty outside. I hope everybody's well. So, Yin Yoga this morning. I decided, when I'm trying to figure out what to do, sometimes I browse a book I have of mine, and then find an organ that sounds kind of cool or meridian. And yesterday I discovered the heart and pericardium. So we will be working on our heart, which is mostly through our arms, but of course I'll tell you our meridian lines. So heart meridian, you know how they always pair, this pairs with our small intestine, and it rules all the Zang organs, which are yin. It's the viscera of the body, the solid organs that store our energies and our fluids. It is solid and it regulates, so that our heart meridian rules our yin. Mental health, ability to think, and the vigor of the blood all are directly related to heart chi. So by practicing this, we're stoking our heart chi. The brain receives thoughts and stores them versus what we always think. So it is the heart chi in yin, which is Tao space, that mental health and the ability to think and the vigor of the blood all come from the heart chi. And it is only the brain that just receives the thoughts and stores them. It's the heart that makes it happen. If you've got a weak chi in the heart, you suffer from insomnia, disturbing dreams, heart palpitations, and you're easily startled or frightened. When you have a strong chi, feeling of love, which in turn strengthens the heart. So I'm going to have us lie down and we'll get started, and I'll repeat some of that because it's a lot of stuff at once. So lying on your back, we're going to get ready to start our yin. So lying down comfortably. I got to move a little something. The knees can be bent, feet on the floor, soft back. And if this doesn't suit you, just get the legs out. Arms can be soft by the side, any way you like them. If it's possible, close your eyes. And if not, find a point at which to gaze. And then take a few deep breaths in through the nose. And out the mouth. Just a few times. One more time. And then let the breath flow in and out through the nose. We are going to go into a 3-part breath to start class, and we'll build up to it. In a 3-part breath, as you inhale, the belly expands. And then we'll build up to the ribs expanding, and on that inhale, we top off at the collarbone. And exhaling, you go backwards, so you go collarbone, ribs, belly. But first, before we go too far, just start to breathe in and out through the nose, letting the belly rise and fall. Really direct the deep breath. Feel free, females, right hand on belly, males, left hand on belly, to be aware of the breath rising and falling, the belly rising first. As you continue to breathe on the next inhale, remember breath is 360 degrees around the body, not just up, but all around. As you inhale, let the belly expand and then lengthen that breath so that you fill up to the ribs. Not up to the collarbone, but feel those ribs expand. And then slowly exhaling, the ribs contract, belly sinks. So play with that a little bit longer. You're going to do the belly, ribs, and ribs, belly. Stay with me a little longer right here. And then let's lengthen it. This next inhale. Inhale, fill the belly. Expand the ribs. And then draw the breath all the way up to the collarbone, feeling it broaden. Then as you exhale, let the collarbone contract. Ribs contract. And the belly sinks. Keep with that for a little bit longer. Couple more times. Getting ready to start the practice physically. Just do 2 more like that. And after that second one, just let the breath flow. You're going to stay on your back here, and we're going to do one of my favorites. It's called Banana Asana. So we're going to make ourselves into bananas. You're going to bring your arms overhead, okay? And I'll do this little swanky. And then we're going to actually arch over like we're bananas to the left. Arms are going to stay up, okay? Palms are up. And if you want a bigger stretch in that side body, so we bananaed over to the left. You're going to place that right leg across the left for a good stretch. But you could also play with what's the sensation if you put the left on top of the right ankle. And it changes that stretch a little bit. And staying here, let me get my timer. Okay. We're going to be here for 4 minutes on this side. So don't get too involved yet. I got to start my timer. Okay, now get involved. So here we are in our heart meridian, in our banana. And it's a great side stretch, as you can feel. And you're breathing softly in and out through the nose. So as we lie here, I'm going to read to you exactly what the heart meridian is. Actually, I'll probably wait till the other side. So arms are up. Everything's relaxed. And remember, you're here for 4 minutes, so try not to really pull yourself terribly to that left. And sensation should come through the arms because that heart meridian does run through the armpit, inner arm, elbow, all the way to your pinky, where it meets up into the intestines. Small intestine, which is why they're paired. So nice, long, stretched arms. And we also, in this pose, get into our gallbladder, as I recall. Yep, because we're stretching our sides, we're hitting that gallbladder meridian. As you stay here, let the body relax. Try not to shove yourself in the pose. If you've got the legs crossed, great. If you don't, who cares? Try to soften the brow. Don't crinkle it. And if you want to soften the jaw, either imagine that you're, gargling and swishing water or something in your mouth and swish it out. Or you can put the tip of the tongue behind the top front teeth. About a minute and a half left on this side. Let go of that tension of holding. Let the belly soften. About 15 more seconds right here. If it's hard to stretch the arms overhead, take them wider so they're straight. But wide arms are okay. It's that stimulation we're looking for. Coming back to center, bend the knees, and then bring the knees to the chest. This is going to be the counter pose for right now. Nice and relaxed. Just a few breaths here. And then we're going to banana over to the right. So remember, arms can be wide. And we're going to let ourselves arch over to the right as far as feels good. This left ankle can come on top of the right, or the right on top of the left. Notice how there's this different sensation in the body when you do that. And then just let everything relax and soften. And while we're here in our cool banana, right, I will tell you about our heart meridian. Okay, so get yourself comfortable. Arms are out as wide as they need to be so the arms are long. So the heart meridian is an upper body meridian, which is why we're going to work with the arms quite a bit. And there are 3 branches of the heart meridian that all start in the heart. The first branch flows downward through the diaphragm, okay, and then meets in the small intestine. The second rises up through the throat and ends in the eye. And the third one is it runs across the chest, through the lungs, and comes out the armpit, okay? Running out the armpit, from the armpit, the meridian goes along the inside of the upper arm, through the elbow, right? Along the midline of the inner lower arm, and then crosses the wrist, right, to the pinky. Okay, it crosses the wrist and palm, ends inside the little finger where it connects to the small intestine meridian. And I'll repeat that last line because that was kind of sloppy. So the third one runs across the chest, through the lungs, and comes out the armpit. From the armpit, the meridian goes along inside of the upper arm, through the elbow, and along the inner lower arm. Then crosses the wrist and the palm, okay, to the inside of that inner little finger where it matches up with the small intestine. So, we've got about a little over, or a little less than 3 minutes. Arms are going to be up, palms are up, ankles can be crossed, and now I'm going to be quiet. Let everything relax. A little more than a minute. Bring yourself back to center. Knees come to the chest for that counter pose. And just pause. When you're ready, you're going to roll to the side and come onto all fours. We're going to come into Anahastasana, which is melting heart. It's a little bit like a puppy dog, right? And because we're playing with the heart meridian, we are going to be lengthening our arms out in front of us. Feel free to do, I think there's like some good props. Let me figure it out as we go. I'm trying to fix my shirt first. So we're going to be in Anahastasana, right, for about 4 minutes to get here, okay? You can reach the arms long and start to sink the chest. For some of us, we can get the chin and the chest on the ground. Others might stay up here without the chest, without the head on the ground. And so let's find like a pillow or something for your head. So starting in your tabletop, I'm going to start our timer now. Bring the arms out in front of you and melt the heart. Anahastasana. And while you're in Anahastasana starting, I will tell you about it. So because we've got that pull in the arms, right? This is going to hit our heart and lung meridians. And that spinal compression some of you might feel is great for your urinary bladder. In this, your stomach, because we get that stretch in the chest, it's the stomach and spleen meridians that are also hit. Okay, so you're getting your heart and your lungs, spine is urinary bladder, and your chest is stomach and spleen. Nice, nice and relaxed. Remember, arms can go as wide as need be. We're looking for sensation in those arms. That armpit down to the elbow, palms, wrists, little pinky. Soften your eyes. Stay with the sensation in the body. What are you feeling and where is it? And then follow the sensations as they shift and change as we stay in the pose. About 30 seconds. Stay soft, no tension. Coming back to forward. Turning this off. We're going to come into child's pose, and actually child's pose is going to be your next pose, but for the time being, just bring your arms by your side, letting those arms relax, coming into a traditional child's pose. Please know that you can take your knees wider to fit yourself a little snugglier into the child's pose. Whatever feels best, it should not hurt. Now we're going to be here for another 4 minutes, and because, yes, we're getting those arms involved, I'd like you to reach your arms out in front of you. Okay, so start the timer, child's pose, arms out. And remember, you can take those arms wide. They don't have to be together. They should be able to relax. So as you're in your child's pose, arms long, it's child pose is a healing and restful pose. It's wonderful when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's basically like being a little kid, and grounding through the forehead is always nice. because we have those arms overhead, we are playing with the heart meridian. And this compression we feel in our belly is our spleen and stomach. Okay, and the back body stretch is the kidneys and the urinary bladder. So here we are, hanging out, arms out. Feel free to remember to let those shoulders rest. You want a little bit of stimulation in the arms. If you need to, feel free to prop yourself up on a pillow or whatever you need to if it's hard to come all the way down, or on something for your forehead. 2.5 minutes and be quiet now. Relax the jaw. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Let the shoulders go. Back of the neck. Slowly lifting the head, releasing the arms. We are going to come into a frog, which can be pretty gnarly. So a frog is just what it sounds like. We're going to bring our arms overhead again. And you can start with a wide-legged child's pose, right? So bringing the knees out as far as you can like this. Or you can start to shift and bring the knees or the feet in line with the knees as the arms are out. Note that this is hard on the knee in general, so make sure you have padding. I'm going to move because I already have bruises on my knees from doing this. So find this frog, okay? So feet can be pulled together, knees widest are out, trying to align with the hips. Or you can feel like you're riding a horse. Arms are going to be out, okay? So it looks like that. Butt can come up. That's solid. Wide-legged child's pose is an alternative. I'm starting my timer right now. Okay. So when we have the arms outstretched like this, we've got the heart, lung, small and large intestine meridians going, okay? Then the inner knee, that pressure you feel in the inner knee is the spleen. And this pull on the inner groin is the liver and kidney. Okay, so we're just going to stay here for as long as need be. Get something for your head if you need it. That's not going to work. We'll just hang out. Okay, so for me, I'm going for the wide-legged. Still feel that stimulation in the groin and the arms and the knees. But the most important thing is that arm stimulation, right? Because we're working on the heart meridian. And once you finally figure out that pose, like I finally have, let yourself relax. Let the eyes soften. So if you want to, you can either keep the eyes open or just keep them closed softly instead of squishing them closed. And just relax into the pose. About 30 seconds. Bring yourself in. Oops. All right, you can pause in a child's pose again, bringing the arms by your sides. Which might feel kind of good to release those arms. So nice, easy child's pose. Just a few breaths here. Grab some water if you need it. And then this next pose is the cat pulling its tail. We did it last week. It doesn't really hit the heart meridian, but it feels really good. So I like it, so we're gonna do it. Sorry. So you're gonna start lying on your left side, on your elbow, legs lined up nicely, okay? This bottom leg, I'm gonna bend without running into the wall and let my top arm grab it. And then I'm gonna let my upper leg straighten, okay? And I can stay here or I can come down, okay? And this is a really nice twist. So again, my bottom leg, the knee is bent and my top arm is grabbing it. It's a little bit like the pretzel that you practiced with me yesterday. This top leg is straight. Feel free if it's too intense to bend this leg. This arm is going to stay out, this left arm, or you're up on your elbow. Okay, so I'm starting the timer. If you're not sure what I did, I'm going to get into it again. So straighten, bend, grab. You can stay here, still getting this lovely twist, or come down. So, cat pulling its tail. We are here for 4 minutes because 4 is the number today. And if you are getting some pull on the top thigh, okay, or the top of the thigh, you're getting the stomach and spleen. This back arch that we have going stimulates I thought it was urinary bladder. Twist through the ribs is the gallbladder. So it's urinary bladder, gallbladder, right? Spleen, stomach. And we're just going to hang out. Let everything relax. Now, if the top hand starts really tugging on that bottom foot, you get a little yangy, and then we're trying to stay out of the yang. If anything hurts, gently bend out of it, back off a little bit. Keep the jaw relaxed. If you find yourself wanting to keep the eyes open, that's fabulous. But try to soften the gaze, kind of making everything around you blurry. So you're not gazing or glaring at one thing, you're just soft. Nothing's in focus, really. About 15 seconds. Staying here. Nice. Slowly bend the knees. Roll onto your back. And then bring the knees to the chest. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to rotate the knees in one direction and then the other, kind of stirring. A few more breaths. roll to a side. And this time you're going to come onto your right side. Same idea, coming into cat, pulling its tail. So on the right side, line yourself up, right? Stacked. Bottom leg bends, right? So the bottom leg bends and I grab it with my left top hand. And then the right leg, or the top leg, reaches. Okay, I can stay like this, or I can come down onto the ground. So I can either stay like this, or lie down. So I know for me this side feels very different than the other. Having a lot to do with my hip on my right side, and that's okay. I'm going to do with it what I can. Let that top leg relax as best you can. You can also use a strap or your harness for that bottom leg. Wrapping a strap around the ankle and then letting your hand gently hold onto the strap. So remember, stomach and spleen is activated by that sensation in this thigh, the top of the thigh, right? Back is arched, urinary bladder. Ribs are twisted, gallbladder. And just hang out right here. I did start the timer. Yay! I know I did read that this pose is also, for some people, relieves sciatic nerve irritation. So that's something you're dealing with. Hopefully this will help. About 30 seconds. Nice. Coming out of this, rolling onto the back, bring the knees to the chest. Final pose is going to be that wonderful reclining twist. So to do this, we're going to have both legs straight, actually bend both legs. Roll to your right side. Straighten this the bottom leg and bend the top leg, okay? So again, you can start by rolling to your right. Bottom leg's the right leg straightens, top leg, left leg bends, and arm reaches overhead. The arm being the top left arm. For some people whose shoulders won't come onto the ground, put a blanket or a bolster to help you so that you're not hurting your back or your arm or your shoulders. And then staying here 4 minutes. Oopsies. Okay. Remember, this knee can come down if it doesn't feel good with it so high, because it can really bug the back a bit. Okay. You can keep it up if you'd like. So in this reclining twist, we're hitting that heart meridian again because we do have the arm overhead stimulating that meridian. So the overhead arm actually hits all those upper arm meridians, the heart, the lung, small and large intestine. This spinal twist, like we learned earlier, is the urinary bladder. Remember, the gallbladder is the ribs. And then as we compress our stomachs through this twist, it's great for the internal organs. And like I said, our ribs are rotating, so there's your gallbladder. And the pose is also good for a liver, spleen, and kidney. This is like a one-hit wonder. It's like it hits so many things. And it can be quite relaxing. About 40 seconds. Come back onto your back. And we're going to come into that pose on the opposite side. Okay? So, starting on your back, Okay. Come over to your left side. Left, the top knee is your right knee. That's going to come up. Right arm comes overhead, and you're twisting. And remember, for some of us with tight shoulders, arms, all those things that go on, the arm can be supported by a bolster or brick. Put something underneath the shoulder, whatever you need to accommodate the arm. And then let that whole spine relax. Bringing out the organs, letting the body create the shape it wants instead of pushing. About 2.5 minutes left. Slowly roll onto your back. Feel free to bring your knees to your chest and pause here. Moving the legs around in circles or the knees around in circles if you'd like. And then getting yourself ready for a Shavasana. If there's another pose you'd like to do for your Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Staying comfortably on your back. Arms can be up, palms facing up, shoulders relaxed. And then before you drop into your Shavasana, scan your body. See what's going on in that body after your practice. What do you feel? What's the same? What's different? And once you've scanned your body, then take a moment to become aware of the breath, your breath. And then feel free to focus on that as you stay in your Shavasana, becoming aware of either that rise and fall of the belly or the sensation of the inhale, exhale. You are welcome to stay here as long as you would like. I know at 8, Alex will be teaching a movement class. Have a lovely June 1st. Thank you so much for playing this morning. Namaste.